Hey, welcome to the Dave Knows Comics live stream. I'm your host, David Lee, and yeah, sorry, just a few minutes late. I was having some problems with the program that runs the camera, giving me a little bit of a hard time, but all sorted out, and now we're here. So, finally, on to the live show. Ready to get you guys. Hey, thank you for being here, Degenerate. What's going on? Terrell Davis as well in the house. Evil Cody Omega. Yeah, excuse me. Joshua A, what up? Yeah, so later start time than normal. I try something out also, as I might have, for those of you who caught me on the Dave Knows Wrestling live stream yesterday, as I might pointed out, a little bit of access problem to the studio. Not problem, but it was booked, so I needed to be here a little later today, and then I came on to find out, oh no, there's a bit of a problem with the program. But got it all sorted out, so that's why I was just a little bit behind. Jakevis White, what is going on? Hey. Let's see. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way, for those of you delivering on that. And I gotta admit, for me, it's been a big comic time right now, just because, especially the Honest promo I just dropped, getting a lot of discussion, driving me a bit for a loop. Ziggler is face now, so I see, which is good. I kind of thought that was overdue, but yeah. So let me ask you guys while you're here. You guys are here right now. How do you guys feel? No, I will not draw that, Joshua. How do you guys feel about Zack Snyder? Please let me ask you about how you feel about Zack Snyder and the Zack Snyder cut about Justice League. I want to see what the consensus is for this one. That's a low bar to set there, Terrell. But yeah, when it comes to the Justice League rumor Snyder cut, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys want? No comment. No comment, says Evil Cody Omega. Interesting. Because you're leaving no comment, I have no idea what to take that. All right, someone who wants to leave a comment. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the whole thing? Please, somebody talk to me here. Thank you, Degenerate. That's one. People leaped to defend him very, very aggressively, which was very surprising to me. Okay, this is the most I've seen, and then actually that video actually has more. The Honest promo actually has more thumbs down than thumbs up, which never happens for anything of mine. So I was very surprised to see that. Batman Begin, Return of the Joker. Have you watched it? Of course I've watched it. Batman Begins and Return of the Joker, or Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. But yeah, either way, whatever combination of that is, I watched. Yeah, I did. Well, nobody's talking about this, or is it that you guys just don't want to talk about it for whatever reason, or is it that you guys all learned? But hey, Zack Snyder over Shawn Michaels easily. But is it that you guys all learned that Snyder apologists are very, very angry, loud people, and you've learned the hard way that not to attack? What's going on there? Well, Evil Cody Omega, I kind of predicted it. Like, my thing was, I wasn't looking forward to Dean heel turn. Do I think that Dean can turn heel, and would it be good? Yeah. But I felt the way that I've been saying it. I said it before they did it. I didn't want them to do it with Dean because I didn't think it'd be good. And I mean, no, I didn't see this coming, but I'm not so surprised. So yeah, all right. I mean, I feel like I can't be the only person on the planet who doesn't like Zack Snyder. And has no interest in seeing the Snyder cut and think it's stupid. Ooh, Nightcrawler. All right, Nightcrawler. Zach Rowe. Okay. I was going to try something. Oh, crap. I was going to try something different, but I don't have the equipment that I was going to use for it, so I guess I'm not trying it. So we'll go back to the well here on this one. Go back to my normal shtick. Wow. Hey, whoa. Accidentally hit the wire for the camera. No South Parkage. No South Park characters. I don't get why that's a thing. I think Snyder's over it. Thank you, Zach Rowe. Thank you. Like I said, only video ever that has more thumbs down than thumbs up that I've ever done on either channel is the Zack Snyder one. I cannot believe this. I really just... I'm going to do that. What do you use to record from that POV. Oh, it's a camera. It's the same thing as this camera. It's just facing down. What about Family Guy character? I do like the idea of Nightcrawler. Like I said, I had something else in mind that I was going to do today, but that's not going to happen because I forgot something in the other room. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to my typical style. But I'll let everybody file in. Let's see. What about the Lashley pose? Yeah. And I wish this was more of a real POV. That way, I can actually look at the drawing, because that's typically what I do. But unfortunately, my head would be in the way, and you wouldn't get the best shot of me. And so, I have it situated this way. But unfortunately, I draw at the weirdest angle. I hate the wrestling channel, the whole effing show. The main guy's favorite is what's the wrestling channel? What? You totally lost me, TJ Fritz. I have no idea what you're talking about. Draw Batman Beyond. Hey, Harry Flynn, Batman Beyond, pretty cool. Not bad. It doesn't matter because Joss Whedon took over after Snyder was fired, and it was still bad. Oh, some of the apologists want to scream up and down that, oh, he wasn't fired, and if you say he's fired, that means you're an ignorant idiot. This is the things I've been getting. See, look, the reason I'm asking you guys, and I'm not accusing you of that, I'm just saying what they said. You didn't hate Watchmen outside of the ending. I felt it was good. I never seen 300. Sucker Punch sucked. I never saw Sucker Punch. I wanted to walk out of the theater at 300, but that's not on him. 100%. Dean Ambrose, draw Ambrose's Bane. I think we just saw Ambrose's Bane. Oh, wait, WW beat you to it. Yeah, aha, you got me to it. The channel is called The Whole Effing Show. Never saw it. Randy, make people and his hands. Randy, make people and his hands. I don't get it. No, I do not want to draw that, Terrell. But here's the thing. Here's the reason why I'm talking to you guys, because I think you know this now. I have been very proud of the fact that I have cultivated what I feel are a great group of smart fans for both channels here. So I respect your points of view, because I think we've milled out the trolls, and I think we have, which is also a sign that this comic book channel is growing, because I'm getting trolls, and so it's like, unfortunately, that just comes with territory. So it's a market success, it seems. But for me, this is one of those guys that people like but don't know why. Well, see, I don't like them, and I know why I don't. I like the Justice League. Okay, Harry Flynn, fair enough, but also really not much of a Snyder movie. I'm going to let you suggest something. I had my suggestion and annoyed Dave with it. Cough, cough, Bane, cough, cough. I already did that, though. I already drew Bane, though. But, yeah, John Cena kills young stars. Yeah, well, okay. Thank you, Rhino. Hey, Vin and Montana. But, yeah, so here's the thing. So I respect your guys' opinion. I'm not drawing Albert. Stop trying to get me to draw Albert. So here's the thing. I believe that there can be people who are intelligent, who like Zack Snyder and like, the work he's done. And if that's the case, I'm imploring you to come forward, please. And if you don't, fine. If it just goes to show that nobody likes him, okay, fine. But I've gotten nothing but irrelevant comments. It's kind of like, a lot of you guys pointed it out on the Monday's video on the wrestling channel that they're like, oh, the Juggalos are going to come out now, and they do. People just totally missed the point of what you said. I was being very obviously dismissively, jokingly dismissive of the ICP, and people were like, well, it's because of this, Dave. Obviously, you didn't do your research. What part of I don't care about them do you not understand? And when it comes to the Zack Snyder video, that's all I've been getting, is I say something, and then people respond to something different. And, like one guy said, you probably think Snyder was fired. I didn't say that whatsoever. I didn't talk about him being fired. You're one of those idiots. Give me proof. You have no proof because you have nothing. I didn't say anything about him being fired. See, don't be mad because you can't prove that he wasn't fired. I'm like, I didn't say he wasn't fired. They put words into your mouth, and beginning, I was peaceful. I said, if you like the Zack Snyder movies, go right ahead. I got no qualms with your people, to quote Nick Fury. But then, now, it's become one. Now, because of all the fire I've been getting, I've learned to hate these Zack Snyder apologists. So if you are one, and you are intelligent, and you can actually respond and create a dialogue and flow with the things that people are saying, and actually acknowledge things that people are saying, and not put words in other people's mouth, I beg you to come forward. That way we can understand, oh, good, okay, I'm back on the bandwagon, that it is possible to be intelligent like Zack Snyder. So now this I want to see. Not drawing Nikki Bella. Best GTA game? 5? I really like the protagonist thing. They had blind love for Snyder. Then Zach. What? Okay. We draw Nightwing. Nightcrawler seems to be the name of the game for today. Trolls are the growing pains of any great channel. Well, thank you, Zach. TJ Fritz, that's the one. I'm not drawing Albert, and hey, Richard Lee. We're getting Godzilla. Also, it's an honest promo. You're intentionally being negative about. Thank you, TJ Fritz, and that's what people understand. Thank you. Not drawing Nikki Bella. Also, wrong channel, Harry. This is besides, and no matter what I draw of Nikki Bella, aren't you gonna prefer the real thing than to anything I draw? I draw Vince Russo booking WCW. The jokes I get. Hey, AJ Envoy. The IC and the US title wins my favorites. Dave wondered if you draw wrestlers by chance. I do. I'm really trying to stray away from that on this channel. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Dave, does Zack Snyder prove what you already know? Trolls are trolls no matter what. Yes, Joshua. And here's the thing. On the wrestling channel, I've done a pretty good job. I feel like we've done a pretty good job, all of us together, of building a specific kind of community that doesn't really invite trolls in. They sneak in once in a while, but for the most part, we don't get them. So I feel okay with that, but I forgot what it was like around the beginning stages of the wrestling channel. I forgot that this kind of happened at this time too. It's like you get one thing that starts triggering a bunch of people. Which Shark Boy? Nightcrawler is going to be the name of the game unless somebody can tempt me otherwise. I want to talk about wrestling 24/7, says AJ Envoy. You see that? Dave, okay. Dave, did you see? No, I didn't. I'm really not watching, man. Like, I didn't go back and watch it. I'm not just saying this. I'm really seriously not. I'm gonna watch the next pay-per-view, TLC, but I'm just so angry at WWE right now, and it's like soured me to a lot of things. Zack Snyder has directed some good movies. Everything else after is trash. Okay. Is because no, Vinny. Teenage Shark Boy draw Batman Beyond. I don't mind Batman Beyond. I wish someone said that before we got to Nightcrawler. Did you see? No, I still am behind on yet. I heard it was really good. So yeah, okay. But thank you for the thumbs up. And like I said, if you are a fan of honest promos, and if you're not a Zack Snyder guy, or you can at least appreciate. And see, here's the other thing. There are a lot of people who appreciate, like, on the wrestling channel, if I'm going off on a wrestler in an honest promo, there are people who enjoy the joke of it, but not these Snyder people. They got no sense of humor whatsoever. Again, until someone proves otherwise. I am hoping someone will. But, so if you if you are not a Zack Snyder fan, if you like honest promos, or if you are a Snyder fan, but you can take the joke for what it is, then please go over and watch that video and give it a thumbs up, because like I said, only video I've ever had where there's, at least to my knowledge, where there's more thumbs down than thumbs up. And that's a problem, so please help me out on that one. Glad to hear Dave ain't watching Raw right now. By the way, are you seeing Aquaman? Yes, me and Elmer from the Monday Night Raw are definitely planning on seeing Aquaman. Robin. Have you looked? Problem with Hollywood and modern fandoms are that people in charge are in the abusive spouse syndrome. Yeah, seems that way. Draw Black Scorpion. Bully Ray don't know the business. I think he does. Ant-Man. I'm a Dave Knows guy. Thank you, Terrell. Dave, have you ever considered doing a comic book review segment to promote and introduce newer fans to the genre? I actually thought about that for the wrestling channel too. But yes and no. Like I don't know how you guys are feeling about this, but I'm not doing, so far nothing's happening yet, but I have been thinking about scaling back on the wrestling channel. We're just doing one, like how this channel here does every week, it rotates between being like one of the different shows, where on the wrestling channel I have a different show on Mondays, but then I always have the main show on Wednesday. I was almost thinking about just making Wednesday a recycling show. I feel like if I do that, though, people are going to be very upset by that, so I have no plans for it. We trust Stephen Larson. I'm not trusting Stephen Larson. I forbid the Snyder people, we can't. Forbid Snyder people, we can't have opinion. Also, Harry Flynn is a Snyder person. And like I said, it's okay, you have an opinion. No one's attacking you. See, here it was on Twitter, the most coherent thing I've heard one really good, solid argument that was coherent to what was going on with the let me with the Zack Snyder people. One guy said it pretty well, I thought. He said that his thing, because I said, what is it about the Snyder Cut thing that has fans, because I said this to, I said it to stir some stuff, but, all the people conspiring saying that there's a Disney conspiracy going on, that they're hiring people to badmouth DC. First of all, I don't think that's effective. What would be the point? To get money? Well, if they're paying money for it, then doesn't that kind of counteract? But anyway, the point is, some people were saying that Disney were hiring people to badmouth DC EU. So I said, you know what? I'm going to think all those people are actually been hired by Warner Brothers, and I knew that was going to get some crap. I'm okay with that. Oh, you're not a Snyder people. Okay, just checking. Oh, you're saying that God forbids Snyder people, we can have an opinion. That's absolutely right, Harry. We definitely can. Hear about Alexa? Stop. We're not talking about that, TJ Fritz. I heard Raw drew their worst ratings in history last night. Well, I hope so. Draw Black Panther, draw Captain Marvel. Not a sniper. Yeah, okay. I'm going to start drawing. Nightcrawler so far is the name of the game. We'll see how we get. I know I'm kind of behind right now, so I might as well start drawing. But my thing about this is, like I said, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. If you like somebody, that's cool. We don't have to like the same people, but the most coherent thing I heard so far, because I just hear a bunch of people throwing accusations at me saying that, oh, you must think this, and then arguing whatever they say, even though I didn't say anything close to that. But, things that dumb people do, arguments that dumb people make, So here's the thing. But I do believe we can have a coherent conversation here, and the best one I've gotten, and seems to be the only one I've gotten so far, is someone saying, the reason why people, because I asked, why do Zack Snyder apologists feel the need to defend him so aggressively? And, because me and Richard Lee were having a conversation on Twitter, a bunch of people jumping in. I'm like, we didn't say anything about it. We were just having a conversation. We didn't like this and that, but everyone, all the Snyder people jump in and start screaming their heads off. And one guy said, he goes, the reason why is because there's a toxicity on the internet. Here's a bunch of tweets from other people that are really toxic. And I said, okay, I understand that. I can respect that. But notice that while he wasn't responsible of it, there are a lot of people responding to it with more toxicity. So, okay, if you don't like that people are ganging up on the DC Extended Universe, I don't agree with that because they're movies, they don't have feelings, but fine. Okay, fine. But if you're going to do that and countering it with more of that, well, that doesn't really make you look all that great. So, that's my key here. So, I'm waiting to find people with intelligent arguments pro Snyder. I really am. Okay, TJ Fritz, what was the news about Alexa? What, that she was being training again? Because if you're talking about her getting married, that's not good news for me. Okay, what do you think of these Marvel shows? Yes, Zach Rowe, thank you for bringing that up. A Spider-Man Far From Home trailer set to drop on Saturday. Cannot wait. So from England, Immortal Remus, draw Nia Jax breaking. I'm not drawing that. Marvel shows getting canceled. Yeah, so what do we think about that? Daredevil, Season 3. I really like Season 3 a lot. I thought it was really good. And now it got canceled. So what are your guys' opinions on that? I mean, I think the rumor has it, or at least what I suspect, highly suspect, is that Marvel will be bringing them into the MCU, and that's what I'm a fan of. I mean, yeah, it's I really want to see where Luke Cage is going. Yeah, Iron Fist, I'm good. I didn't even watch the second season. I'm good. Defenders, I didn't need any more. But I was curious to see where Luke Cage was going. Punisher Season 3, I want to see Season 2 first. Jessica Jones, I didn't like Season 2 of Jessica Jones. I was very disappointed. But Daredevil was in a nice place. But also, I thought it wrapped up and it ended at a right spot, too. But I think if they go away, sad to see, especially, Karen Page, Deborah Ann Wall, a big fan of hers. Even though it might go away, I think there are a lot of them, maybe not all of them, and yeah, they could have gone forward, but I think they're at least going in the right spot. They're ending on a right note. And no, Alexa got cleared. Oh, she got cleared. Okay, good. Then that is good news. Looks blizzard to me. Hey, Harry, you stick to Nikki Bella, right? So here's the thing. Anyone excited for Season 5 of Gotham? I'm not. I've tuned out of Gotham like a long time ago. Stephen Wolf was a terrible villain. Yeah. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm out. I'm a huge Justice League fan, but Snyder was not the right choice to direct the film or spearhead the DC Cinematic Universe. Thank you, Immortal Remus. If you haven't already, please thumbs up to Zack Snyder on his promo. Yeah, it's true. It got So bad, trollers. I had to block people. Fair enough. I don't even know how they tuned into that conversation anyway. Nikki versus. Okay. Netflix canceled the Marvel shows to give them. See, that's not. I'm under the impression that it's because they're joining the MCU, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. Are you watching the Elseworlds crossover this Sunday? I did not know there was a Elseworlds crossover Sunday. Por qué is this crossover, if I may ask? One thing that I always thought was cool about Nightcrawler is his ridiculous like shoulder pads. I always thought they were pretty cool. Off topic, but I know I'm not really drawing like I want to be. Oh, what up, Red One? To be honest, I'm quite surprised at these cancellations. I'm not a fan of the idea of them joining the MCU. The MCU already has so much going on. Yeah, but also I think they kind of needed seeing, rumors. I mean, I don't know if Chris Evans and Robert Downey are really going right. Good evening, Ridgeway. I'm not sure if they're really going away or not, but, from the rumors of it, they're going to need to replace some people. Yeah, it's bringing back the '90s Flash and Batwoman. Oh, that's what that's about. Yeah, that's on Flash or Arrow. I don't watch Flash or Arrow either. I'll be honest. Don't worry, Dave. Thumbs up there on his promo. Thank you, Jakevis White. You're awesome. Honest promo about Shark Boy. Well, let the Shark Boy thing go. Okay, so. Um, Another weird point about drawing Nightcrawler. Again, don't really know how prevalent this is, but for me, it's that he's a leaner character, and I tend to prefer drawing leaner characters. Don't really have much of a reason behind it, other than I think. Well, okay. You should give away your drawings. I'm not opposed to it. Unfortunately, without message on YouTube, it's kind of weird to get people's addresses because how are you going to send it to me? But I'm not opposed to that. Honest promo on yourself. I'm awesome. Honest promo done. Honest promo on wrestling fans. See, I'm all about the wrestling fans. I think I feel like I cut an honest promo on you guys every time Albert's in the place. We all know the Beat DC film is the best Batman Forever. I like Batman Forever. Honest promo. Well, there's Twitter DMs. Yeah, I guess you could do that. Yeah, I'm not opposed to doing giveaways of these. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've thrown some of them out, like the ones I did not like. What comic book character would best fit Edge? I have no idea. Tall, gangly womanizer? I don't know. It still amazes me how writers can create great spin-off comics for characters with one dominant superpower, such as Nightcrawler. Immortal Remus, there was, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was J. Michael Straczynski who I read, I'm not even 100% sure I'm pronouncing his name right, and I'm not even 100% sure it was him, but I believe that it was him who talked about when people complain about Superman and being overpowered. He said, here's the thing. It's like, it depends on what you do with it. I might have told this story before, but there was this old movie called The Man with X-Ray Eyes. And The Man with X-Ray Eyes was about a guy who just has X-ray vision. And he takes these drops, and his X-ray vision keeps improving, or it keeps going further. He keeps seeing past other things. So it's like, at first he just sees past, the door, but then he sees past what the wall behind the door, and then so on and so forth, and it just never stops, and it just gets worse and worse. In the beginning it was cool, he could control it, but then it just gets worse and worse. He goes so far, and eventually he sees out into space what's behind space. He sees out into space, like behind behind the planet after that planet, and it just keeps going, and eventually he sees beyond space itself, and he sees an eye looking back at him, and he freaks out, and then he rips out his own eyes, because he's trying to find a cure. Like, I'm not giving you, there are a lot of details that I'm cutting out, but he rips out his own eyes, and that's where the movie ends. However, there's allegedly an additional part that they didn't put it in, or whatever. But then after that, or they might have put it in. There might have been an extended cut, but then there's supposedly another part where he screams out, "I can still see," even after he ripped out his eyes. And that was an interesting story based off of just X-ray vision. So it's like when people complain about superpowered or having just one power or anything, like you can do a lot with it. You just got to try. Us promo that'll take a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not against it, but it goes down in the DMs. I don't know if Dave knows that song. I've heard of that. I know of the song. I've heard it. I've referenced it. I don't know who it's by though. Is anyone? Is Punisher should be in the next Avengers. See, Punisher's a weird one because he doesn't really work as much of a team player. It's kind of hard for him to be part of a team. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a valuable asset, but especially when he's trying to interact with other heroes who don't kill. Where he has a zero, and that's the other hard part about being a Punisher villain is that you're probably not going to last very long because once he sees you, he's just going to kill you. It makes the character fun, but it also deters from, longevity because it's kind of hard for him to have running storylines and reoccurring villains because he's just, killing them off, and he's part of a team that doesn't, want him killing people. It's kind of hard for him to work with them. Allegedly, Triple H did audition for Thor, or he was campaigning to play Thor. He was trying to. From what I heard. Ripped on this torso section here. Okay. Doesn't that make the Punisher a bit one-dimensional? He is. I mean, see, that's the thing. That's why I've never been the biggest Punisher fan because I do think he's one-dimensional. I think he's great as a supporting character for just one other guy. Like putting him in the team is rough, but you give him one other guy. Like there's been stories where him and Spider-Man are together, and Spider-Man's trying to get him not to kill or prevent him from killing, and those I find interesting. Or his storylines with Eddie Brock or Wolverine. Then I find him interesting. But if you put him as just the main guy by himself, I think it's kind of hard because he's one-dimensional. And if you put him as part of a team, I think it's kind of rough going forward because you can only put him in for one story. I mean, I really did like during Civil War when he interacted with Captain America. I thought that was great. Punisher and X-Men stories are not too bad. I mean, the X-Men give him a little more leeway, and so does Wolverine because that's a different dynamic because he's willing to like Wolverine's willing to kill. Dave, which comic book character? Whoever you want her to be, Harry. Whoever you want your girl to be. I hope you get to meet her someday. I really do, and you could tell her that you're her biggest fan. She said she wants to marry somebody famous one day. So if her and John are not back together, man, she is running with this for sure. Dave, the man with the X-ray eyes sounds like a good idea for an Outer Limits or a Black Mirror episode. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool story, and it just has to do with one power and taken to like the extreme. So I mean, yeah, I hear you. Nightcrawler has one power, although his fighting, his combat, and the rest of his personality is there too. But yeah, I think that's something that people don't think about enough. Or there are a lot of stories you can tell about someone with just one power, or someone who's just overpowered. Just overpowered doesn't have to be a bad thing. What do you think about superhero movies being rated R? I think it's good. I don't think all of them need to be good. TJ Fritz talking smack about your girl, Harry. I don't think all superhero movies need to be R, but yeah, I do think some of them. Like there are some ultra-violent characters out there. Like Punisher should be an R-rated movie. I like that last R-rated Punisher movie. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really cool. You know, it was like cartoony. It was poorly acted, but I thought it was fun for what it was. I just thought it was a silly, watch this guy shoot everything in sight kind of movie, and that was fine. Who should be a villain in the Avengers Justice League movie? Oh, well, I like the Avengers JLA comic book a lot. I thought it was a really good read, and I've read it. I've read it multiple times, and I've learned something from it. You know, a multitude of ways. So you know, I would like to stick to that storyline, if we could. I'd rather have seen it as Cyclops. Whoa. Always been interesting for me because they always say Nightcrawler has fur, or he's supposed to be the furry little elf, but meanwhile, nothing about him really looks all that furry. He doesn't look like he's covered in fur. Yeah, I'm not loving that. Yeah, for a high five. What set of heroes do you believe should represent the next wave of the MCU? Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, for sure. I mean, I really would love more Heroes for Hire. I mean, I think the people present in the MCU now that they seem to be teeing up for it are fine. I do think they're lacking a leader, though, but I would like to see Captain America rise to that occasion. I would like more Chris Evans. I understand everything's going to end sometime, but still, I would like more than that. But, I get that it might be difficult for him. Also, being swole that much can't be easy. Super speed. Nice, TJ Fritz. I can see that. Teleportation. Still trying to get my perspectives down. Still having a bit of trouble drawing things from my sitting back here. Speaking of Nightcrawler, how does everyone feel about Nightcrawler's origin? That his father was Azazel and his mother was Mystique. Um, I know they haven't done much to represent that in the movies, but how does everyone feel about that dynamic? What does everyone think about that? Because I've had my own thoughts about Nightcrawler's origin that I would like to discuss, and I just want to know where you guys feel about it. And again, thank you for the thumbs up and the support. And if you can, go thumbs up the honest promo on Zack Snyder. I think Doctor Strange cursed the Time Stone. Whoa, that's big. Bring back Monday Night Raw. It just took a month off. It's not gone. We've had we had several logistic problems with getting the cast together, and that's why it wasn't on last month. It's better. Okay, am I the only one? Am I the only one attached to Mystique from X-Men? No, I don't think so. I think she's a great character. I think she probably has a lot of fans. I have an issue with it, but given Mystique's ability, certain going to end up like that. I've really never delved into his origin. What do you think? Mystique, as his mother, has been known. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so if for those of you, what happened was Mystique was posing as a rich duchess or a rich, debutante or whatever, and she was with a rich guy, And then when Nightcrawler came out, he came out blue. He came out looking just like Nightcrawler, where mutants normally manifest their powers during puberty. And so, they wanted to burn him at the stake, and she left him on a river, and then she got picked up by gypsies. Now, the other thing was that here's the thing about Nightcrawler, though. Originally, he was actually created for DC. He was supposed to be one of the Legionnaires, one of the Legion of superheroes, and that explains his weird look. But then they weren't. But then the guy who came up with him went over to Marvel, so it just put him in the X-Men instead. So that's why he's such an extreme-looking mutant. But there was another origin for Rogue, which I thought was pretty interesting, but I didn't think it worked for Rogue. I didn't think. Ooh, sorry, I have to fix the pencil there. But there was another origin for Rogue where it was supposed to be Irene, the character of Irene Destiny, was supposed to be Rogue's mother, because for those of you who don't know, that Rogue and Mystique are also. Rogue is also. She's Mystique's daughter, adopted mother, but that the father of Rogue was supposed to be Mystique as a man. When she turned into a man, her and Irene together would have been the mother, would have made Rogue. Was a proposed idea, but it was thrown out saying, no, you guys can't do that. But I thought it was interesting. But for something special like that, I don't think would have produced Rogue, but allegedly that might have been why her power is so extreme. But I thought that would have been a cool origin for Nightcrawler, even though his the rich upbringing was kind of cool. I kind of would have liked that for Nightcrawler. It's explaining why he looks, why he was born as a mutant instead of developing over time like other mutants. And I also just think that's a cool idea between Mystique and Irene. I think that makes more sense, or it's just at least interesting to me. But then Nightcrawler's actual origin is that Azazel is his father, and Azazel is part of a group of mutants that was often claimed to be demons, or people believed they were demons, and they went against groups of mutants like Angel, who people believed to be angels. Okay. All right, Cody Omega. Thanks for stopping by. It was great to have you. Okay, let me start really focusing here, getting on this. Okay, thoughts on the latest Captain America? I haven't seen it yet. I know I meant to, and I totally forgot about it. Who are the most DC-ish Marvel characters? That's a good question. It's a good question. I kind of want to start with Iron Man-ish to a degree, but I mean maybe the Hulk, but not really. I think Nebula will hold the Infinity Gauntlet. That's not a bad guess, but it's not going anywhere, Terrell. It's not gone. It can't come back until it's gone. It had to be gone if it was going to make a comeback, and it's not gone. Don't worry. More is still in progress. Don't worry. As I said, we had just a little bit of a... when I say like problems, like I don't mean like the cast was fighting or anything like that. It was just a problem with availability. That's all. Our schedules are going... we're going to work it out, for sure. We want to, all of us want to, and so I'm back. Hey, TJ Fritz, welcome back. They say X-Men are also compared to Doom Patrol. Yeah, and there's some presidents that people say they were ripped off from Doom Patrol. But again, the term ripped off is used pretty fairly commonly in comic books, and I don't necessarily agree to all of it. I think sometimes characters have similarities or are inspired by, and do think that's a fair claim. Same thing with my video on the NWO, how some people claim they were ripped off from New Japan angle. I don't necessarily. I understand that there might be a similarity, there might be a pattern there, but I don't necessarily say ripped off is the right expression for it. I'm gonna flip the switch on this question. What wrestler would Deadpool be? Hard question to answer. I want Spider-Man and Batman movie like together. Wouldn't hold my breath on that one because that's gonna be a ways off. There it is. No point in me drawing that in. Terrell Davis, how do you accidentally rainmaker someone? Where are you? That's how you dance for real. What are your go-to sections to rent at Blockbuster? A time machine because they don't have Blockbusters anymore. Okay. All right, I think I satisfied enough of this. Okay. Can't find my brush pen. There it is. Okay. Imagine Joker interaction with Spider-Man. That I do think Harry Flynn is great. I would love Joker and Spider-Man to be enemies together. That would be a classic interaction for sure. So I love that idea, Harry Flynn. Gonna work on Nightcrawler's hair first. He's got that super curly hair, and curly hair, it can be difficult to draw, but at the same time, it can be a lot of fun. That's how I feel about curly hair in comic books. That they're fun. Okay, I want to see Captain Marvel vs. Capcom movie. That would be dope. Do you think legacy characters should come to the MCU? Yes. I mean, like the Wizard was there. I mean, I don't know if you want to count him as a because I mean, yeah, maybe in the Netflix order, I don't know if he's a legacy character. I mean, I assume he must be because he's not around from the 1900s. But legacy characters isn't passing down mantle. I think some should, depending. No, not Captain America. I would not want to see a legacy Captain America come down. But I would like to see some others in. Because in DC it's a little easier because there's some characters, legacy characters that I like more so than like even their original counterparts. So that's a little easier to claim. For Marvel, it's tougher because they don't do legacy characters nearly as well as DC does. It's not even close. But that's not to say there aren't some. What are your favorite legacy characters, by the way, guys? Let me know that. Marvel. There's got to be somebody in Marvel that I like. I mean, well, hey, I guess Captain Marvel's a great example. How did I not think of that? The only way we get a DC Marvel crossover is a Lego game, because, yeah, not a bad catch there, TG Fritz. Is set up. So let's go back to the pen. Dave, you just made The Rock and Elvis baby. The Rock would be very happy to hear that, I'm sure. pissed me off, so I choke slammed him. He got up, took me down, gave me a running senton. Wow, that's some serious friend fight. Did they film any? I was under the impression I was told that they filmed like many of them in advance, just in case. But that's again just a rumor I heard. Yeah. So, how do you guys feel about the Netflix shows being canceled, the Marvel ones? Yeah, I never weighed in on your thoughts on that one, guys. Yeah, by all means, please tell me what you guys think. Okay. I think from this point onward, they should have a photo. There's a chance they might do something clever like that to pay their respects to him. Thoughts on? I've never seen one episode of Fuller House. Okay. I'm not doing Christmas at the moment. My birthday comes first. When's your birthday, TJ Fritz? If you care to ask. To be fair, the only one I really liked was Daredevil. I liked Punisher. Punisher 1 was really good. Punisher season, I mean, and Daredevil season 2 had Punisher in it, and that's what I liked the best about it. Could they put them on Hulu? No, since Disney owns. Well, no. The plan is that if they were to, here's the thing. From what I was told, the Netflix shows have to stay on Netflix because Netflix still owns the rights. But they can't go anything going forward with it. But Disney is allegedly planning to move their stuff to their own streaming platform, or the characters to the MCU. In which case, we might get brand new characters, brand new actors playing these characters. So allegedly, that's the rumor, at least. Okay. Well, what's everyone's favorite Christmas films? Die Hard. Dave, would you rather listen to HBK or B? Take a sit up hard drive from Owen. Oh, but yeah, I'll take the power driver this Sunday and don't have one. Just watching random things. Thoughts on Full House? I watched Full House when I was a kid, but then as I got older, I've kind of like. I mean, I haven't watched it since, but since I've gotten older, I've kind of waned off of it. You know, had a hard time seeing it because I feel this way. I mean, and I'm not going to say that this is bad per se, but I feel like '90s sitcoms. A lot of them were just people exchanging Married with Children, Fresh Prince, even Full House was just people exchanging insults to each other. It's like this character's quirk. We're going to make fun of you for your hair or your height or your weight or whatever. And that's really all the show was. There weren't much plots. It was just people sitting around making fun of each other while things happened. Again, not saying that that's bad. I can certainly respect that to a certain degree. It has a certain charm for what it is. I wonder if Disney/Marvel are going to shoot Daredevil film style of the Netflix show. I don't think they will. If they do, I grow this Christmas or Home Alone. I was just having this argument with someone today. How can someone say that Die Hard isn't a Christmas film? I don't know. I also think it's funny that people get so upset about it one way or the other. I'm like, you know, and it's like, don't get me wrong. I like Christmas, but I don't get very defensive about it. Wait, let me guess. You have a crush on DJ? No, I don't. I didn't have a crush on any of the people in Full House. Combination of me being a little young, because I was just a little kid and didn't really have crushes like that. But also, as I got older, I just didn't think about it. Uh, yeah, no crush on DJ. For me, it's Polar Express, A Christmas Story, and Christmas Carol. Shout out to The Grinch. I like The Grinch. It's a little short, so I didn't count it as a movie, but I'm really tired of all that. I really wants everything Will had on the Fresh Prince. No, I love the Fresh Prince. Like I said, I'm a huge Fresh Prince fan. I own every episode on DVD. Well, almost every on DVD, but I own them all on digital. I love the Fresh Prince. I was just saying. I wasn't saying it was bad. I was just pointing it out. Film is Muppets Christmas Carol. A crush on Darlene and Roseanne. Why do you only want? Okay. Did they did a Jim Carrey Grinch documentary? I didn't know they did a documentary on it, but I haven't seen it. Martin, Martin, the Martin. That was a good show. So you never got into Frasier. Oh, I forgot about the shoulder pads that I just started the video by saying I like. I put them there because I meant to tackle them later, but here I am tackling them never. Whoops, and I drew a little too far past that line, and I forgot this line here. Uh, okay. So what else got? Whoa. Most underrated a Marvel character in your opinion? I won't say ever, but I feel like Gambit has been not utilized very well in a while. How about you guys? Who do you think is overwhelmingly underrated in comic books? Underrated. Um, I like Kitty Pryde a lot too. I don't think she gets enough credit. Terrell, of course. Yeah, for me, it's like between comic book related stuff and wrestling. It monopolizes all my watching time, or at least enough of it. Please keep talking. Terrell, Ghost Rider didn't get any love. Yeah, movies weren't helping his case. Kind of sour. I can be soured by certain things if they don't go right. So it's something that I can attest to that because I want to remember why Ghost Rider's cool, but man, they're not making it easy. I hate Jim Carrey's version of Grinch too. I mean, I feel the Grinch was done perfectly by Bela Lugosi. Let's just call it what it is. It is what it is. There's your Grinch. It doesn't have to do anything else other than be. Also, is the full name of the guy? Hey, Dave. So, is the full name of the film called X, the Man with the X-ray eyes? Yes. Yes. Maura Remus. Interested, huh? Any cable fans? Yes, big cable fan myself. Carlito was on the Christian show. Okay. I know what I'll do instead of doing that. Did anyone else hear about Netflix paying Ian for Friends? Friends pretty popular. I'm sorry if no one told you life was going to be this way. Oops. Okay. No, I didn't hear about it though. But yeah. Okay. See if I can get just a little bit of water. Nope. Too much. Opinions on Carlito? Like in general? I think he's alright. I liked him for what he was. I almost did an honest promo about him actually recently. I wound up not because, too many other things came up. Okay. Zach Rowe, why not George Lopez's show? I don't know. Yay, your thoughts on them making a new Rambo movie? I have mixed feelings. The last one and his character real arc. I was never the biggest Rambo guy, so because the first Rambo was an important story about the way vets were treated, and then the next two were just, hey, Rambo's gonna win the Vietnam War for everybody. Yeah. Did anyone hear about Tumblr? Nope, I did not. Excuse me a second. Friends was good, but I think 100 million is a bit steep. I don't know about the States, but in the UK, Friends has never been off TV. No, it still hasn't been off TV for us either. But I do know, though. Okay, I can't believe I'm having this conversation here on this channel. But thing about Friends is, ooh, that's too light. Too light. Need to darken this up a bit. Excuse me. The thing about Friends is even young people who weren't around at the time go back and watch Friends, and so it has an an amazing timelessness to it, longevity wise. And people used to think that about Seinfeld, but it seems like Seinfeld isn't holding up the way a lot of people expected it to, which I find surprising. Because we kind of thought that Seinfeld would be one of those, and it's still on, but it doesn't have the following, or it's not picking up younger audience members like like Friends seems to be. All right, I'm not saying like everybody watches Friends, but I'm just saying it has a thing. You know, and I admit that I'm not the most obvious demographic for Friends, but yet I like it anyway. Even though some people might say you should not admit to that. I will admit to it anyway. Okay. Zagro, it funny. Can someone tell me what Friends and Sex and the City? I'm not. See, that's the thing. I don't like that. But Friends is just about a group of, living in New York and hanging around. They all have personality quirks, and they're all, they have just funny interactions. The big draw for I think younger people is the fact that it's a lot of very heavily relationship based. Who's dating who, and not. And while it's a lot of shows like that with a lot of relationshipy stuff, I don't like. They don't do it in a lovey-dovey kind of way. They just do it in a kind of a goofy way, and that's kind of what Seinfeld. Why people thought Seinfeld would have an appeal. It's like he would reject these women for the most craziest reasons. But Friends is a funny show. So was Seinfeld, but it's just one of those things that, some of the themes about relationships still hold up. There was one where Ross was jealous, or Ross was, feeling a little insecure about his relationship with Rachel because she was working more and she was trying to do something that was about her life and her career and, first time doing something she's proud of and she cares about. But meanwhile, he just wanted his girlfriend. And it's like, okay, fine. All right, fine, that's relationshipy. But that's something that people could relate to, like when you're a young adult in a relationship. So I love that. Okay, I heard that it might be the last Rambo film, which is probably should make. Yeah, well, the last one was last should be called Last Blood. Well, Stallone also, the last one was supposed to be the last one, so I kind of don't take this seriously anymore. Especially with Rocky, it's like, last Rocky movie, Rocky Balboa, but you're gonna make Creed. It's not a Rocky movie. It's different. And it's like, yeah, granted, it's different, but it's like when Terry Funk says he's gonna retire. There you go, wrestling reference for you guys who've been fiending. So yeah, and from the beginning of this stream, in case you guys didn't catch it, if you are a fan of Honest Promos, if you are not a fan of Zack Snyder, or if you are a fan of Zack Snyder but can take a joke, please go over and thumbs up the Zack Snyder Honest Promos video on this very channel for me, please. Needs a little bit of help and attention. Favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Not a big Nightmare on Elm Street kind of guy. Not a big horror movie type of dude. Hey, Emperor Doom. I surprisingly like the effect that created. Okay. Oh, I should probably also get right underneath his hairline. And a little bit of his hair, too. Have you ever thought more about starting Dave Mosley? Like I said, I have a whole bunch of them already to start, but at this point in time, no, I don't think the movie channel will go over. Especially like how can I, implement things a little bit differently? Like how can I make it any more different? Favorite horror movie franchise, love so. Like I said, I'm not the biggest horror movie kind of guy. I don't know if I got to pick one. I'm not even sure. Um, yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, I really got nothing. Boy, because it's like I almost thought let's pick a franchise that I kind of like, but isn't really a full-on horror movie thing. And I was gonna say like Predator, but I realized I really only like one Predator movie, and so it's kind of hard for me to bring that up when I only like one Predator movie as it is. And it's the first one. Uh, worse over Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin was worse than Superman 4. I think. Hope I don't go overboard here. Okay, what else is there? Alien is good. Alien 1, Alien 2, after that, Creed's supposed to be a Millennium 2010. That's exactly what it is. I'd say I'd love a movie channel. I just don't know if I have the time to squeeze it in, especially with my plans. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, because here's the thing. Like, with the wrestling channel, when I first started, I had millions of ideas of what I wanted to do. Same thing with the comic book channel. Like, the comic book channel I actually wanted to start at the same time as the wrestling channel, but I didn't have anything to say about it. So I held off on it, and I didn't go ahead with the comic book channel until I started having things to say about it. Same thing with movies. It's like I have like acting techniques and stuff like that I could talk about for sure, but as a whole, like what can I provide? Like what take on things could I offer? Where does that lend me? Now, how do I get there? Films are probably my biggest passion. Wrestling is a strong second. Yeah, and it's like I like movies too, and I have a lot to say about movies. Don't get me wrong. It's just what can I do that hasn't been said already? What can I do that's different? What can I do? For wrestling, like you guys, I think know this by now. It's like okay, so an unpopular opinion of mine is that I don't like Shawn Michaels. Like I vehemently hate Shawn Michaels, and a lot of people don't. So I was like, okay, here we go. Because there's that one woman on Cultaholic who mentioned it, and outside of that, a lot of people just stay quiet on it. So. It's like I was like, there's got to be more people like me who don't like him. So here, let's find a venue for this. If you want to know what I'm doing now, I don't really know. I'm just working on. Okay, I do know what I want to do now, though. Get that taken care of. Taken care of. Okay. Yo, Double A, wondering when you were showing up. Okay. It's been. How's it been? Bret Hart is. Okay. My most unpopular opinion is probably that I think Austin Tucker in 2001 is the best heel. That is definitely an unpopular opinion. Been good. I'm alive, you know. Okay. And Ric Flair is the wrestler of the '80s, hands down. There are people who say that. I think he's close. I'm worried that I'm losing his arm a little bit. I dislike Seth Rollins. Okay, that isn't a problem. I just think it'd be told perfect with the character. Yeah, that is an unpopular opinion. That is for sure. Okay, let me try something else. This, oh, not this one. I want to use this. Okay, 2011 is bad. I haven't done this in a while. Oh no. Since it doesn't read that I'm drawing Nightcrawler, I'm kind of worried. I forgot his tail! Oh no, I forgot his tail. Yeah, if you can't tell, then I don't know. I think I'm in trouble. Hold on. I'll try and fix it. Just give me a second. When I think of the best 80s wrestlers, I always think of Flair, Macho Man, Dusty, and then Hogan. And that's a fair argument. I mean, I understand Hogan is not necessarily the best wrestler, and I know he was better in Japan than he in Mexico than he did in America, but I'm just pointing out that I think for popularity's sake, I think it's Hogan. Man, you've been streaming for hours. Have I? I don't think so. Man, I'm completely not thinking today. I was doing all right, and then I just kind of went into the realm of me not thinking, and now I realized the Banff smoke would have been perfect right now as an effect for the background, and instead I forgot it because I was too fixated on the fact that I was mad at myself for forgetting to do the tail. That's all right. It's all right. You got this. Let's use the other one. Delay roughly 1 hour. Yeah, I came on late today. Okay, there you go. There's his tail. Now his tail's done. Okay, so now his tail's done. Let me try and fix this. Started late about 507. Probably when Modern Commerce is the same problem with Modern Hollywood. Too many reboots. I agree with that. Yeah, way too many. I had enough of the reboots and alternate realities and stuff like that. And the reason why they do this, for those of you who don't know, is that number ones tend to sell really well. You'd think that like issue 700 or 800 would sell really great, and that would be enough. But it turns out number ones, issue ones, sell ridiculously well. So they reboot it every once in a while. That way they get a brand new number one because that'll sell. I'm not going to throw this away just yet because I might. This is a paper towel and a tissue that I was going to use that I used for the backgrounds. I'm not going to do it just yet because I might need it. You never can tell. So I was going to throw it out, but no. Everybody thinks about her. Originally, I agree on that one. I dreamed. It's crazy talk. The Hustler. I guess Pool is not so prevalent, but The Hustler was a movie I thought they would have remade for sure by now, and I'm very surprised that they did not. Okay, let's try fixing this bit with some rendering. Or first, let me just try drawing some lines for his costume. Yeah, I gotta admit, I kind of dogged the costume aspect of it because Nightcrawler has a very cool costume. I'm probably not even remembering the way it goes 100% correctly, but I'm just gonna draw this anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. Let's try. Okay, so we'll just try that. What'd be your reaction? You guys don't want to know my reaction to that happens. I miss when DC and Marvel cared about telling good stories than pushing the writers. A little confused. Yeah, Doll, Warhawk, Rambo. Beautiful statement. For classic comics over modern ones. Yes. Yes. Sasha. Those movies, first five honest promos: Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Lucas, Waldron, Steven Seagal, and James Cameron. Here's what I'm popular. I don't think Medusa was great. I've seen it. That's fair. I mean, I say it all the time that I think the women's wrestlers. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some that were pretty good. I'm not trying to knock them, but I think women's wrestlers today now are better than, or by far better than women's wrestlers, back in the day. Okay, so again, I'm gonna try little agua, a little tiny bit of agua. Ah, crap. Too much. Gotta get an eyedropper. Glad I didn't throw out the paper towel, though, because now I at least get to knot it up and soak up some of this excess. Oh, too much. Ah, crap. Crap. Okay, well, just gonna have to. Here. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to darken the dark areas of his costume, if I can. Turns out I can't. Shoot. Let's try one more time. Hopefully just a little bit of the agua. Okay, when Brock Lesnar shouted in the Octagon, DC, I'm coming for you. It was a match. You know what? Something occurred to me. Okay. Now I think I have no choice but to get rid of the paper towel. Hopefully I don't regret that, and hopefully I don't need any more. Okay. Couldn't agree more with Rozak Here's unpopular. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so take the black portions of his costume. said, I'm not 100% sure I'm remembering this right. I guess I could look it up, but sometimes I don't want to have ideas put in my head from what I'm drawing. I just want to get it natural, like what I think it is. And, if I end up creating a new costume, so be it. Okay. It's a lot of ink for a very little amount of things. Okay, Zach Rowe, you were so awesome. Double A. Here we go again, man, with the weird questions, Double A. Your thoughts on sequels to Dark Knight Returns? Like the comic book? Bad? Garbage? Dark Knight Returns was awesome. Anything after that, anything else connected to the universe has yet to be good. That's Zach Rowe. Yeah, no, I would like DK2. I read that and I was like, and my jaw dropped when I looked at it. Like, seriously? Like they printed this? I don't like Captain Marvel in her green outfit. Yeah, I like her binary warbird costume. I actually liked that better. Okay, let me try and get that. Okay. All right, Frank Miller did sequels after an alien parasite took it. All right. Yeah, it's fine, Double A. Hold on, let me empty this out. Emptying out the bottle cap. Here we are at the waiting game because I'm waiting for this to dry. Yeah, when you said a bird into Frank Miller's brain, I kind of think of that level in the game Limbo, where the little wormy guys get into you and they control you. Zach Rowe, do you think so? Ah, you guys are all. I like that you guys have found common ground now. Okay, let me get some of this out of the way. If you're wondering, who would you hire as head booker? Paul Heyman. Oh, thank you. Although, I don't think I should have done that, but I did it anyway. I wouldn't be surprised, Harry Flynn. Yeah, it's Heyman all way. I did not read DK2, but judging from the photos, oh, dude, you have no idea, Morremus. It gets like so much worse. Diary of a Madman. It's. I have no idea what he was thinking. Like, I really don't. Some critics said that after Batman and Robin All Stars, that Frank Miller undid all and other works, other things he's done. That Frank Miller has officially undone all the good work he did for Dark Knight Returns, and I thought that sounded harsh, but I was like, it's not. Doesn't yeah. He's not like the go-to Batman guy. It's, it became like, all right, oh, great, he's writing another. There's a period of time when someone said that Frank Miller was going to write a Batman story, you'd freak out and like, whoa, awesome. Or, Daredevil story, you go like, yeah, cool. And now it's kind of like, oh, is he? And you just kind of want him to stop so he doesn't do anything worse. Speaking of Batman, let's pull the Batman animated series trick where take a dark section and you lighten it up. I mean, I granted they used black paper, and I'm just, I just painted a little heavy, and now I'm lightening it up, but still, you get the idea. Odd thing is, I like the texture on this fist here. I just thought that came out kind of cool. Spider-Man theme is awesome. Damn, Raimi. And while we're talking on things that we wish DC would just release already and give to us, I mean, I feel like there's a whole boatload of things. Like, I would love if the Green Lantern animated series came back. I want more Bruce Timm stuff. Bruce Timm is awesome. Okay, I'm getting there. I heard Stan Lee, he doesn't find Superman interesting. Well, there are a lot of people who don't. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I think it can be. Don't get me wrong. Anybody's still wondering, I'm still playing Red Dead, I'm still obsessing, and I'm still not getting as much done as I should in other avenues. It seems very weird that I'm painting like layer on top of layer. And I do wish I did not throw away that one thing because I want to blot this up right now. Okay, let me. You know what? I do have this though. I do have that. I can blot up a little bit with that. Nope, too late. Okay, great. All right, so as I said, want to add some rendering now. I don't render a lot on this channel. Live streams wise, I should. I don't. Here we go. Okay. You know what? Let me switch pens too while I'm at it. Let me go to the thinner pen. Let me go to the number 3. Superman has to be written correctly. Yeah. Like, what's so funny about Truth, Justice, and the American Way? I thought it was a really good book. I thought it was a really good arc. I mean, I really thought it was a great way to tell a Superman story. Thoughts on Grant Morrison as a writer? Hit or miss. Hit or miss. There's some things that he does I like, some things that he does I don't. Sometimes he's a little too far out there for me, and I'm like, whoa, okay, I came to read a comic book, buddy. I don't know what you came to do. Yeah, so I don't know if stuff. I don't know if some of this rendering shows up. Like if you can tell I'm even doing it. I feel like here you will. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can tell as much on the dark parts, but I think you can tell on the lighter parts when I'm rendering. Okay. All right. These are right now or all time. Okay, so okay. It was growing very rapidly now. Finally, doesn't feel like very rapidly, but thank you. I do feel it's growing, despite all the hate I'm getting for a certain video. But yeah, it's it's reflecting the other way around. Okay, so yeah, I think I think I might be. Let me try something a little different now. Try a little something different. do you guys think? You think I'm done? You think there's more? You think it's missing something? I have gone on this channel a little longer than I was intending to, but that's okay. Yes, maybe a few months ago. Most overrated writer in comics, me, is Alan. He didn't do anything others didn't do. V for Vendetta, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, that was way ahead of everybody's time. Not even talking about Watchmen. Those were... Oh, gee, he changed the game. What do you mean he didn't do things that other people didn't do? Most overrated writer for me, I don't know. Dan Slott? I don't know. Hard one. Which video? The Honest promo on Zack Ryder definitely needs more thumbs up. So Zack Snyder. Whoops. So if you haven't seen the Honest promo for Zack Snyder, please check that out on this channel, Dave Knows Comics, and give it a thumbs up because it needs more thumbs up. And Kappa Hydra Agent was a massive. Oh yeah, no, it was. They had their way out. Like I didn't mind it when it was the Cosmic Cube thing, and I just wish they focused on that more. Okay. It sucks one of Alan Moore's work got proper. Yeah, that does suck. I don't know. I'm kind of happy with this at this point now. I watch Zach Allen Row. Cool. All right, guys. Since nobody seems to have any objections, I think I am done. All right. Well, since that seems to be all she wrote for today, I'm gonna pack it in. There is your request. Zach Rowe suggested this, I think. Right, Zach Rowe? Which is an okay movie. Well, I have a whole episode on it, and for some reason it doesn't play right. It looks weird when you play it. I don't get why. But yeah. All right. But yeah, so there you go. Here is Nightcrawler. I believe Zach Rowe was the person who requested this. So here we have Nightcrawler. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for being here. Looks good. Thank you for taking my request. No problem. Thank you for being here. And all you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the thumbs up we got. We have 8 likes. Thank you so much. And if you can, please watch the Honest promo of Zack Snyder and give that a thumbs up to help. Nightcrawler is underrated to help, but thank you so much. And Zach Rowe, Joshua A., if you can check out the Dave Knows Wrestling video tomorrow. I know I told you this yesterday, but I think you guys will like it. So, or at least find it interesting. So that's for you guys tomorrow. And so here is your Nightcrawler. And what do you guys think about giveaways and stuff like that? Give me your thoughts. And as always, Dave